I mean, my story is an interesting one from, being a father, being a veteran, being an entrepreneur, and of course, a black male therapist within society today. But, like everything, it didn't start out so grand. I was a ward of the state, so I emancipated myself at 16 years old. And being a ward of the state is when I was first introduced to therapy.
I've been an ordained minister, have been a pastor for over 25 years.
I'm not skinny, never been skinny. You have people telling you that you're too fat. Somehow your body is wrong. Somehow your body is bad.
Growing up, coming from like a broken home, I want to say. Mom and dad not necessarily together, bouncing back between houses, getting to a point where I'm dealing with a lot. I felt like I needed an outlet.
I was born in Guyana to a Jamaican father and a Guyanese mother. Mm-hmm. And we left Guyana in 1983 and went to Jamaica, and I spent most of my life there. I did all the things I was supposed to do. I went to school, went to uni, studied Spanish. Everybody went, what are you going to do with that? I was like, okay, so you're studying Spanish and then what?
I was born in Kazakhstan, former Soviet Union, and then moved to Toronto with my family as a little girl. Moved all the way to Vancouver for grad school. There was a few layers of it, right? It was moving on my own and going to this place where I didn't know anybody. Mm-hmm. I think for me, it can get really overwhelming quickly. Yes. Change, especially as like a person who really has worked through perfectionism a lot. Mm-hmm. It can be hard to, at times, think like, am I doing what I need to be doing? Is this where I want to be in my life? Yeah.
Counseling was mandatory weekly, and it wasn't a pleasant experience because of cultural reasons. It was different ones, but they were all Caucasian or either Asian or older age.
So I had a really negative relationship with my body. I didn't like looking at myself. I didn't think I was pretty or beautiful.
India has 1.3 billion, that's with a B, people. Even the leadership in India is now admitting that they celebrated too quickly. They're like, oh, look at us, we beat the pandemic, and they started going back to normal. No PPE, no masks, nothing, and now we've seen a surge.
I was lecturing at University of Technology, Jamaica, and students started coming to me with problems that they had that I had no idea how to support them through. So I was sitting there with them, they're holding onto my arm, I'm listening to this counselor, I'm thinking, I think I'd do way better if I was actually able to just help them when they came. Mm-hmm. So I decided after that, I'm going to make that transition and change careers.
I always had a belief in God, but I think around 2013 is when I really gave my life to Christ. And from then, I've just committed to, if I'm going to do music, I'm going to do music that's going to point to God.
I also started going to this class called Zumba, and I was just like, I don't even know what this thing is. But it was so fun. And I started to think to myself that if I have so much dedication to go to Zumba, then maybe I should think about doing this as a job or a gig or something. And it's just been an interesting journey ever since. Body positivity is the philosophy that they could move just for fun.
So a transition period for me was like, let me pause entrepreneurship. Let me go back, do what I have to do to become a licensed therapist. And that's pretty much what I did. I know what it's like to be that young kid.
ADRA International is a global NGO, which basically means they serve, the countries around the world, and they're one of the first people to kind of come into a crisis. And ADRA right now is actually in India right now, and they are providing support, they're providing medical kits, they're providing medical aid.
I found that there are certain things that regardless of age are universal. Mm-hmm. We all want to feel safe, we all want community, we all want to know that our lives matter. Mm-hmm.
Change is uncomfortable. Yeah. And not trying to run away from the discomfort. Sometimes when uncomfortable emotions come up, we just want to run away from it. Like, I just don't want any change to happen so that I can stay in my safe bubble. Mm-hmm. But the more we can kind of embrace our capacity to sit with uncomfortable feelings, the easier it gets.